Hello Instagram fam. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna open up my blinds. It's seriously been like so long since I vlogged. I don't know why, I just kind of like took a break from it. I don't know, it was just weird. It kind of like, I did make it a priority and then it just kind of fell behind and I kind of just didn't have the confidence to move forward with it. So being 2019, I am going to push myself outside my comfort zones, and definitely getting on here is one of like my insecurities. I don't know what it is. I'm going to take you guys with me today. I am getting a colonic today, which is pretty exciting. If you don't know what a colonic it is pretty much, how to describe this? I feel like I should Google it. Is a colonic irrigation. It's not coming up for me. Okay, so pretty much what a colonic hydrotherapy is, but the actual procedure is called a colonic irrigation. Pretty much you get a tube up your rectum and it flushes out the colon by sending gallons of water into the body through a tube inserted into the person's rectum. What are the pros of this? So I guess I've been alive for like 28 years, and over that time we actually build a lot of waste in our colon. Like there could be like 28 years worth of poo kind of stuck in my colon, which is actually disgusting to think about. I actually saw this website that was pretty good actually, that kind of explained why that you should get a colonic. To fill you guys in on it, there's also two different types of colonics that you can get. Not two different types, but like two different ways to get it. So there's the open system, which is the practitioner isn't actually in there with you. They kind of show you how to do it beforehand and you have control, which I'll be showing you today. The closed, where that person does it for you, and you kind of say to them, okay, there's too much water in my colon, can you flush it out? And then they'll flush it out, or they'll just be able to see that you're extremely uncomfortable. I personally like the open better. I've never had it before, but I have had a colonic before. I got 3 sessions actually down here in Wollongong, and it was, I kind of had the lady in there with me and I felt like I couldn't release properly because she was kind of there. It kind of gave me a bit, not nervous, but I wasn't as relaxed as I feel like I would be if I was by myself. It's like you're more likely to not take a proper good poo with somebody in the bathroom with you. You're more than likely to kind of like be more chilled doing your poo by yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, colon hydrotherapy is referred as a colonic irrigation. All these names, that's boring. Ideally, people receive the treatment as a preventative and a detox measure. However, some people discover colonics and assist in overcoming symptoms of constipation, diarrhea, gas, irritable bowel syndrome, which is like honestly what I have so bad, especially after this Christmas break. I've eaten a lot of dairy, not even that much compared to like the average person, but just like chocolate and stuff like that, and I just don't feel like myself. Like I'm so bloated all the time, and I have really bad IBS, so like I'm so sensitive to so many different foods. It's very rare for me to walk around with a flat stomach, which is completely fucked when you think about how much effort I put into my diet. Yeah, like the randomest things will bloat me, like buckwheat will bloat me, brown rice will bloat me, cauliflower will bloat me, what else, like just like random stuff bloats me all the time. Capsicum bloats me. Stress, overprocessed diet, headaches, migraines, back pain, hemorrhoids, parasites, skin conditions such as eczema, arthritis, depression, irregular bowel movements, all that type of stuff. But like even to go into deeper in that, which I think I might do when we get there, I want the lady to actually explain it a little bit more. But it literally is so toxic for us to have that much old wastage just sitting in our body. Like imagine actually having old shit just sitting in your body. Like imagine how moldy and disgusting it is. When I got my first colonic, I was disgusted like how it comes out. It doesn't come out just like a little poo, it's like mucousy and like moldy because it's like old wastage. And just keep in mind how long our colon is. Okay, so keep that in mind. Our colon is 5 feet long on average. Imagine like how much wastage is actually getting stuck in that. And when you think about our colon is like this, like there would be so much old wastage just kind of like sitting on the corners and stuff, and that is toxic for us, like in so many ways, just so toxic to be sitting in our system. I know when my last 3 sessions, that was good, don't get me wrong, but once again I just didn't feel like I could let go. After it I felt so much lighter, but like I nearly felt like emotional, and I said to the lady, I said, why do I feel kind of like I'm gonna cry? And she's like, well, you've just kind of like let something go, even though it's like wastage. It's like your body has kept on to something for so long, and then you kind of just let it go. And I think even if you want to get deeper into this, I feel like we hold a lot of wastage due to emotional stress as well, and tension and anxiety, and I think that's the one thing that I really want to do in 2019 is kind of like let go and let the universe and trust in the universe. And even if you want to put that back to wastage in my colon, that's definitely something that the reason why I'm doing this as well. I just want to be really cleaned out, start fresh, and just be really healthy. I always am, but yeah, this Christmas break I definitely indulged in things that I wouldn't usually indulge in. I also went to Bali, so yeah, I think I just need to get like a bit of a flush out. So yeah, I'm going to take you guys with me, and then I'll be staying at my sister's house. She lives in Sydney, so she is honestly like the best bitch ever. She's so funny, and her best friend, who is like I just love him so much, his name's Zach. He's actually moved in with my sister, and he's honestly like, when you see him you're gonna fucking piss yourself laughing. He's just so funny, he's just so hilarious, and he's just got the best personality, and yeah, them two together are just like the best. So yeah, I'll be taking you guys along with me. Really jump on here, I'm like literally like nearly 10 minutes away. But in regards to getting a colonic, a lot of people say, but our body can do it naturally, right? Which is correct. Our body does a great job of, extracting wastage out of our body. However, when our body was made, or created by whoever you believe created us and created the universe, it did not think that we would be eating the processed foods that we do have today. It did not think that we would have fluoride in our water. It also did not think that we would have the pollution that we do at the moment. Like, the pollution is actually fucked up. Like, we're breathing in toxins every single day. Cleaning products, like the chemicals that we use today for cleaning products, washing our hands, washing our hair, moisturizing our skin, washing our skin, exfoliating ourselves, cleaning our cars. Like, there are so many toxins that we are brought into every single day. Air fresheners, air conditioning, like, that we don't even realize has an impact on our health. Our body isn't designed to get rid of all that wastage. There is so many fucking toxins that we are subject to these days. There's chemtrails in the sky, that's another talk, let's not get into that. But yeah, there's just so much shit, like even just like the pollution coming out of cars, so many freaking chemicals that literally just fall down onto us, which is scary to think about. There's so many things that we are subjected to today that we weren't subjected to even 100 years ago. So if you want to think like that, imagine our body trying to recuperate that, and a colonic is a way of just kind of like helping your body increase the way of getting this wastage out of your system, right? So it's a good thing. It also gives your system a bit of a break of trying to constantly get this wastage out of your system. So yeah, that's what I wanted to quickly jump on here and say. Whilst yes, colonics, if 200 years ago I would have been like, your body does that naturally for you. Like, you eat meat, vegetables and fruit every day, like you're not getting any fucking toxins. Like, oh, let's even go there as well. Like, if you're not eating organic, imagine the pesticides and chemicals and stuff that are getting sprayed on your fruit and vegetables every day, the hormones and the steroids that are injected into the animal products that you're even eating. Like, really think about all this shit, and even the food that the animals have been eating, and now suddenly, like, it's a whole new thing. My first time was like, okay, so the first time you get it done, sometimes not a lot comes out because you might, obviously all this wastage has been sitting there for so long, it needs to be softened quite a bit to actually come out. So it didn't come out that much, and I was like, oh, I must be really healthy and clean, right? And the lady was like, no, that's probably because it's like you have so much built up crap. You watch on your second one, and lo and behold, my second one, right at the end of it, finally it just like all came out. So you'll probably see it today, because as I said, I haven't had one in probably, I'm gonna say maybe 9 months now, a year maybe, about a year I reckon. So yeah, a long time. I'm happy to show you guys if you guys are interested, to be honest. This is like the one Mike got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 70.
Yeah. This is literally what he got with Caitlin. It's so funny. So that's where you see. Alright, so I'm in here now. So pretty much what it is, I've got the water coming in and I've got to try and hold it for as long as I can. And then when I feel I want to release, I don't need to press any buttons. I literally just release into, it's like a bathy thing is the best way I can explain it. But the best way for this to happen is when you feel like you're really full, is to hold on as much as you can, because it's gonna like pretty much like the water's like softening the stools to get through, I guess, the system. So like at the moment I'm feeling quite full. It's a bit aching, cramping, but it's good to try and push through it as much as you can. And I'm kind of feeling a bit sweaty-ish, if that makes sense. But oh, that hurts a little bit. Oh, it's starting to hurt. Oh, yeah, it feels very crampy. So this is just the start, but you watch at the end, heaps of stuff will start coming out. And obviously, like, the more that it goes for 40 minutes, so the more that you do it, the higher it gets up your colon. So kind of like the easier it gets in some type of ways. So if you can imagine like your colon, and you've got bits of wastage blocking in your colon and the water is trying to push through it. So obviously the longer, it hurts a little bit. Alright, so we're about 20 minutes in and like it's not painful, but it's like I cried a little bit. Not from pain, it was just like I had this massive release. It was like there was nothing, like it was all clear stuff coming through, and then there was just like heaps of wastage. Like I can't even believe I was holding that in. Like there must have been, I'm not even joking, probably like 20 or 30 poos, like little poos with like and the whole thing went brown. It was disgusting. I didn't even get it on film because it just happened so quickly, and then I was just like, oh my gosh, and it's like you literally just need to do like a shit. But they're not like logs, they're like all these different types of wastage, and yeah, it's pretty full on. Okay, so I'm back in the car. Honestly, that was like the best thing. I'm not going. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm back in the car. Honestly, like that was like the best thing I've ever done. So that, to explain to you guys the difference between the open system and the closed system, I've only ever done a closed system before. I thought the open system was different to actually what it is. So in the closed system, which I've had before, the lady is there with you, and it's kind of like a thicker tube that gets inserted up into your rectum, and you can't go to the toilet. You can only go to the toilet right at the end, okay? So you get all this, I guess like water put into your colon, and then once you feel like you can't take, you can't have enough of it, like you've had too much, they will stop the pump, right? And then you start the process again. So the water goes into your colon, and then once you feel like you can't take any more, they stop the pump, but you can't go to the toilet, right? With this system, it's the open system, so the pump's continuously going, it's in your rectum, and when you feel like, because you're actually like kind of like in this open bath thing, but like, oh, how can I explain it? Because you're in this open bath thing and it's a small, like, I'm talking really small, a really small thing that gets put up into your rectum. It's like kind of like this L-shaped. You can poo when you feel like it's too much. So once the water gets filled into your colon and you start getting crampy and you feel like you can't take anymore, you just poo, and like the poo comes out too, and then you can just keep starting the process over and over, which I found so much better because I went the whole 40 minutes and it was more bearable. With the closed system, it's very hard to not poo, and it's like nearly like to the point like I was sweating. I remember when I first got it about a year ago, the closed system, and it was just not as enjoyable as that process was. That was a lot more, a lot gentle approach. I would definitely suggest that for somebody who was like skeptical or scared to kind of do something like this. It's definitely an easier way to do it. So I'm pretty happy about it. I feel really like light. Like I feel like even though the wastage came out of my colon, I feel like 2 kilos of wastage got taken out of my head. Like I feel I've just got so much clarity. I feel very enlightened in some way, like really happy, really positive. Like I feel like nothing's really stressing me out or could stress me out in this state. It's very amazing how crazy just that has made me feel. I'm obviously now very hydrated as well. My colon is extremely hydrated. And I feel like this is probably like another question that would get asked a lot, is if right now do I feel like if there's water leaking out of my bum hole. There's not. I don't need to do a poo. I don't feel like I need to do a poo. I feel like everything's pretty much cleaned out, like nothing's coming out. I don't feel uncomfortable that I feel like I can't go anywhere now, or I need to like cancel any of my appointments or meetings or anything like that. I feel like I can just go back into my normal day life. So yeah, it definitely doesn't need to dictate what you do for the rest of the day or anything like that. And one more thing, the ladies there are honestly like, the most beautiful, lovely ladies. They're just so freaking gorgeous, so beautiful, just so kind, and just made the whole process just a lot nicer for me. Yeah, like nothing was too much of an issue, and they were really reassuring, and I knew that if there was any issues I could definitely just press the buzzer and they would come in and help me out. So yeah, they were just really nice. So I definitely recommend that place. Like they were just absolutely sweethearts, like really nice. It was a very personal experience, which I really appreciated. So I've just driven to Marrickville, which is like 2 k's away from my sister's place, and I'm gonna go to a Vietnamese restaurant and eat by myself. So I'll show you what I get. So I've got a beef stew soup. Oh, I get so excited over this stuff. Like, honestly, this is what I live for. I'm so excited. The smell is honestly so amazing. So I'm back at my sister's now. Just laying in a bed. Just laying in my sister's bed waiting for her to come back from work. I think she had to go to an osteo appointment. I think then she was going to go for a swim. So just chilling out. Relaxing. That soup was insane. Like it was actually so amazing. The place was called Eatfuh, E-A-T-F-U-H. It's in Marrickville, and it's like insane. Like when I first walked in, it was like $17 for a pho, which is expensive, but fucking worth every cent. Got a few meetings and stuff tomorrow in the city, so that's why I'm gonna stay at my sister's, because she's like 20 minutes from the city. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I haven't gone to the toilet since. I've done like a wee, but I'm just gonna keep up my hydration, eat healthy, and then yeah, so I'll keep you in the loop. But I'm feeling really good. The only way that I could describe how I feel like I can feel my stomach. I get bloated so easily, so if any of you get bloated really easily, you would know the feeling when when you feel like you can't feel your stomach. Like you don't feel like your skin is on your tummy. You feel like there's so much bloating in between where your actual stomach is and your skin, on the outside of your skin. Where I don't, I kind of feel like I can touch my tummy, and I can never really do that because I'm just always bloated. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you have like IBS issues and get bloated, and constipation issues, you get really bad periods, give it a go. But you can't see, it's so slight. What are you doing, Zachy Poo?
Just my baby. Touching your Twitty bottles.
I know, I've actually got a sore knee.
I know. I've been rubbing it.
Just dying. She's lost the plot. No, we haven't done the video for Mike yet. Angie's meant to record it.
Oh gosh.
Why are we doing the video for Mike and?
Go on. Stop it.
You can't
Can you do that super zoom with like the love hearts?
Oh my gosh, she's kidding.
fan.
The angle that you're getting for this. Yeah, watch it.
Can you send it to Mike now?
It's funny.
The Blair Witch Project. Are you gonna stop? Why are you filming everything on a camera? It's weird.
Vlogging today.
What do you mean?
Vlogging.
What does it mean?
Do you know what a blog is?
You know I'm 30.
For YouTube.
And then you have to cut it up? Or is this live?
So now I'm going to the grounds, Alexandria. I just saw that my little sister and my baby niece and her partner are at the grounds, and I was like 10 minutes away, so I'm gonna go there. I'll show you what we get up to. Yeah. Oh. Good